Hey, hello. Welcome to 2023.
2023. Oh my goodness. How did that even begin to happen?
Right? Not only is it Monday again, but now it's 2023.
2023. You
Almost
know,
almost 2024.
they just keep rolling by, bro.
Yeah. It's
They just
funny.
keep rolling by, man.
I kind of like I certainly enjoy the joyous spirit during the holidays, but when the holidays come around, I'm just like, it's almost the next year already. Why, you turn to 2023, now you're heading to 2024. You might as well. It's like
And
it
man, when
just
you've done
keeps
as many
going.
holidays as I have, bro, God,
It just keeps
wow.
going.
Like,
It
I'm
just
kind of
keeps
like
going.
happy to see him go, but it's really cool. And it's really, again, another bizarre thing. Like here we are the day after New Year's. So, we were gonna forge ahead with the moon card today, man. A really cool card. I'm really digging that, and I'm really, you have to say, I'm enjoying the star space so much. My bud Brandon came up for Christmas, hooked me up with two dual 27-inch monitors. I'm like, wow! I downloaded all the shows. I'm cutting them all up. Man,
Nice.
it was just really great, and on many levels, I wishes fulfilled, right and left, and also just that
Awesome.
little glow over the horizon, up in the night sky that like just let you know everything's going to be cool. So I thought we'd stay in this. It's like the day after we do a little. Everybody does their year-end reviews, so why should we be any different?
Yeah,
And yeah,
let's
we're
do
going to
it.
do a year-end Fool's Journey review, and just kind of see where we've gone card by card up to date.
Yeah.
And I have some really extra special guests on the show tonight.
Awesome. I'm
I've been
super
talking to a
excited.
lot of my friends here about this Tibetan bowl meditation that I've gotten involved in doing since I moved up. Actually, right before I moved up here,
Right.
and it's just really amazing. So I actually have been able to talk them into. Jumping on the show, doing a little fun New Year's presentation
Awesome.
on
So
that
we're gonna
tonight.
get
Yeah,
we're
then
gonna
next
get some
week it'll
sound
be
activation tonight.
say again.
We're gonna get some sound activation tonight.
We are going to get some sound, exactly.
Oh,
And
so
by the
excited.
way, just a little heads up so you can be prepared. The sound that happens with them reverberating and the harmonic overtones and things that happen with those bowls are
Mhm.
just magnificent. But you don't really get those with just a crappy.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so if you have headphones, get them out, get them available, and definitely when they rock on this. And
Yes.
just a little bit about how I met these guys. I was bailing out at the beginning of my fool's journey, man. I was selling all my stuff, or a ton of my stuff at my last place, and trying to clean out. And I had a massive collection of Tibetan bowls, and I'd sold a bunch of them, ran a Craigslist ad, and next thing I know, Patty's on the phone going, "Where can I come down?" and they've got a wonderful collection of bowls, and the treat for me was I got to send them off to not only a great home, but a home I get to go visit every Friday. So,
That's
woo-hoo,
awesome. So
amazing.
they actually came from where it was you moved to?
Um, say again.
They they came down when you were leaving to buy your bowls, but and then
Yeah,
you moved.
they were up in Fort Lauderdale, just north of me, about 45 minutes
Oh, okay. So
hour north of
you
me. So
moved
they were
closer to
close.
them.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, but they also have this really crazy space up in Upper New York, kind of near you, and
Oh,
it's
yeah?
a beautiful place. And there's talk of turning that into a really wonderful retreat place and kind of
Awesome.
a spiritual center, and that I've been thrilled about that. And I've met the most amazing people through this group. But like Patty, who's coming on here, she's like the ultimate collector, man.
Cool.
She finds these people that are just crazily divergent in where they're going, but
Mhm.
everybody's like really kind of serious about what they're doing and really
Mm.
dedicated to it. And a lot of the people that have been in this group have been in it for years, 7, 8 years,
Oh, wow.
And Satya's from there, and my friend David Mum, and a bunch of people I've really connected to on a really kind of deep, magical level that has added incredible dimensions to my practice as well. So again,
That's
I'm really
awesome.
super grateful for having them here, and I'll shut up now and let's introduce them.
Let's
Patty and
introduce him.
Patty and Jack.
Here we go. Welcome to the show,
Hey
Patty and Jack.
guys, hey everybody out there. We're so happy and excited to be on Brian's and Michael's show here tonight. And
Awesome.
Brian mentioned that he talked us into it, but that's not actually accurate. He didn't have to talk us into it. We love Brian and we love the show, and
Awesome.
we were happy that for the invitation and grateful for it. So, and we're thrilled at the way we've met Brian, as he was saying, through his ad for Tibetan bowls, and we got to meet not only get an incredible bowl from him, but also to meet an incredible human being that opened up a whole other world of beautiful art and tarot. And we also bought the silver deck, Michael, from him
Yeah, the Angel
Nice.
Deck.
the day that we met him,
Nice.
and that was it. We were sold on Brian. Just he is the light.
He
And
definitely is. Brian carries such a unique energy.
and we realized we were just guided to meet him through the excuse of the bowls, but it really went way beyond that. And
Awesome.
he picked up on, I guess, our infusion of energy on the bowls on Friday morning, and he's been a wonderful addition to our group, which is really a marvelous collection, a world global collection, small but global. And it keeps growing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, now you can't. Were you on? Did you meet Miami Satya? We have a Miami Satya now.
Oh yeah, no, she has an invitation for the show.
No,
Oh,
no,
you mean the
there's
Satya
there's
from last
from
week?
Miami.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
doctor. You saw him, right? Yeah. Anyway, so tonight it's about actually Pratap, who's our in-house bowl player. He's going to do a little sampling here. Brian's asked us to do a little taste because I think, Brian, next week you're planning what? You want to let the cat out of the bag right now? What's going to happen?
The meditation that you guys do on Fridays is broken up into 3 sections.
Right.
5 minutes of an initial bowl thing, 5 minutes of meditation, and then 2 more sections like that. And I've come to really recognize the different style on the bowls during those times. So, I'll throw it out to you. We could either do I'd like to include the meditation part after the playing, and maybe we just do one of those, or we could also cut that in half and do a 2.5 minute bowl thing and then a 2.5 minute meditation thing. Let's think about that and figure out exactly how you'd like to do that. But what I would like to do, because the moon card is such about dreams and intuition and that whole fantastic world of that. I want to take them into a guided meditation and actually have them experience what a wonderful zone that is.
So
And
next week, you're talking about next week.
next
right?
week, yeah. Today is just
Okay.
rock on for 4 or 5 minutes and just have
Okay.
fun and let me just
All right, so
enjoy
this-
it.
Yeah, more like a demo.
iPhone.
Like an appetizer for next week. Next week we'll have the buffet. And I will say that one of the bowls we're going to be using tonight that Pratap, it has the Om Mani Padma Om inscribed all around it and inside of it, which is the most one of the most popular and commonly used mantras in India, Nepal, Tibet. Om Mani Padma Om. So maybe I'll talk a little bit about that mantra next week and its significance. And I personally carried this and 2 other bowls in my luggage from Kathmandu.
Wow.
When did you guys start collecting, Patty? When did you guys actually start?
Our first bowl is give me the bell. Mulik. He's one of our regulars.
Oh yeah.
He got this bell for me and 3 other bowls in 1996.
Wow.
So we started in 1996, and they just stayed around for a while, and then it got more. Well, actually, the first bowl that I collected was from 1987 in Boston Commons, across from Harvard University. This was the first bowl. Listen how beautiful it is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
So that was the first one, 87. So, and it's amazing that I still have the little striker
Right.
and the cushion.
Those things get lost all the time.
Lost everything else, but these three things remain. So
That's
go
awesome.
figure. So yeah, I think I've talked enough about it. I'm gonna let Pratad do his magic.
So, what are we gonna do? Like
So,
3 minutes?
You want to do a little bit of, Brian likes when you go around, so do a little bit. He'll do samples of different types of playing the bowls, because I know you like the second section.
Yeah.
So he'll start out with a little bit sample of the first section, maybe pause like 30 seconds,
Okay.
and then do a little bit of the second section.
Like a minute,
Yeah, like he'll do
like a minute each. Yeah.
a minute of regular, pause maybe for 20 seconds.
Michael got his headphones on.
Yeah, everybody
Yeah.
get ready. Then maybe like a minute or two of the ones that is Brian's favorite section, my favorite section as well. And then we'll have a minute, 30 seconds of just absorbing that, and then we'll turn the show over back to Michael and Brian. Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome.
I can't wait.
Awesome. I just want to mention real quick, Courtney, I see you in the backstage. Just hang out over a bit. We'll bring you on
Bowls.
when we're ready.
All right. And where's the other bowl you took? The other bowl. Yeah.
Can't wait. Oh my goodness. Oh.
How you feeling, Wizard?
Oh, dude, I'm just swimming.
Pretty amazing, yeah.
I mean, the harmonics that happened with that. Prasad, thank you so much, dude. As always, it's just every single one of them is like, no two of them are even remotely similar. Like every single week on Friday, I'm just amazed at like the different tone of voice, Yeah, my heart is throbbing too. And it just takes me to this whole place. And man, the harmonics, like the gate issue you had with that is so gone, man. It just rings, and you can ride it all the way down to it being silent. And that's where you get to jump on, and like your attention goes, and you just focus your attention on that decreasing sound, and it just takes you deeper and deeper and deeper, man. Then you're there.
Totally, yeah. Wiz, you got it right. I think I'm imagining anybody who's kind of watching the show has experienced something like that and understands it. But if you haven't, I know for me, the first time I ever experienced a crystal singing bowl, I literally felt like the sound was emanating from inside of me and surrounding me, and I was inside of it. It was just such an amazing experience. And so, as we were listening to that, and like you were saying, the frequencies were just kind of joining each other and becoming something bigger and oscillating like that. All I could think of was how incredible this use of instruments and sound is so different than anything that we grow up with. And I literally felt connected to like the ancient power of the frequency. Like
those notes are tuned to like C sharp and F sharp and G sharp, and those are all like the sacred tonals, and that's where healing frequencies happen. And those bowls are like real bowls. There's a lot of fake bullshit bowls, but those bowls have that root tonal, and then some of them have like 5 or 6 little harmonic overtones on top of it that just makes it this like whoa.
The Tibetan bowls or the overtones.
Yeah.
Well, and that's partly because real ones are made with usually 7 different metals, and they all sort of ring at different. Magical.
Amazing.
Things.
Really amazing. And to be able to kind of be in tune with playing that and just kind of being able to ride it, that's really awesome.
And that new bowl you guys got, oh goodness sakes, what is up with that one, man? That is over the top in just the most amazing way. Yeah. So I got to give Patty some plugs here, man. She's an amazing musician. She's a Juilliard trained pianist and a vocalist and a composer. She's getting ready to do some concert or a little concert series with a friend of hers who plays electric
Awesome.
violin, Vandy. Yeah, and yeah, so
You
a
know
lot
what?
of really cool things going on.
All I
you know?
can say is like, what a testament to the power of what you just did. Because I mean, as a trained musician, you know, you have a total different understanding of sound and music and what it is, a more modern, you know, version of that, but still to be able to respect this, like I said, the ancient art of what you're doing, you know. And it seems simple, and I don't want to take anything away from it, and I'm imagining there is a
It's so not.
right. But I'm imagining there's like almost like a guided aspect once you step into it, you know, and understand it, and you know, can be a part of it. It is really just beautiful, and I'm so happy that sound healing in itself is becoming much more in the mainstream. People are becoming aware of it.
Yeah.
You know, I've taken some gong baths and stood inside the bowl, and you know, it's just, again,
Well,
to translate and understand the connection to vibration that we have
exactly. And
as
frequency.
energy is
Exactly.
it's just such an opportunity, you know. So
Yeah.
again, thank you guys.
One of the quotes that I like to use that keeps popping up again and again, and you can Google it. If you Google the Tesla quotes, one of his quotes is, Nikola Tesla is, if you want to understand what the universe is think energy, frequency, and vibration.
That's it. That's all there is.
All we have to
All
say.
the rest of it is just
The
human
rest of it is
decoration.
all, you know, so it doesn't matter whether it's a card or a bowl
Exactly.
or a voice or a massage. I mean, if you're really tuned in to whatever it is, you know, eating a bowl of pasta, whatever it is, if you're really tuned in, there's a frequency to it, and there's an energetic to it, and there's a vibration to it. And then
Yes.
you could even expand it into, like, you know, people and friends, and why are we here tonight and some people aren't here, and you know, people you like, you know. Oh, Beth saying thanks, Julie. You know, yeah, it's you can Google it. It's a Tesla, Nikola Tesla, and we all know, you know, that he was experimenting with light, electricity, and the story about Tesla. So
Tesla,
I look at it, I
Tesla
sort of
knew
like,
some stuff. Yeah.
exactly. And I know, you know, it was like, you know, why did I answer, you know, Brian's ad? I mean, this collection that he talks about that we have on Friday, it's all from frequency, energy, and vibration. It's not like I'm looking for people to do certain things. It's just a frequency that brings us together. When you say, Brian, that's what's happening, and then we share in the frequency of the bowls, and it's
Exactly.
quite auspicious, the whole thing.
It really is on so many ways.
I gotta say, Bertini, that what you just said is so beautiful and so profound about just the idea that eating a bowl of pasta has a frequency to it, you know what I mean, and that you could be in tune with it, and there's a beauty to it, and like,
Everything
wow, it's
does.
just it's so profound and so like awesome. Thank you.
Well, I'm glad you got the hit.
Yeah, totally. No, it's
Kind of like,
it's great. It's great. I love it. And
so
thank
we
you.
look forward to next week, Brian and Michael. We will, you know, extend what we just did and
Awesome.
open up.
And hang on, I want to set him up. I want to set him up a little bit because you know, like he Pratap broke that up into kind of like 3 different sections, and there's that one section where it kind of like scrapes around the edge and goes shing and kind of rings. Super difficult technique, man. I mean, like, that kid has kicked my ass so many times. I can't even tell you. Because if you don't do that, you've got this whole vibe set up, right? And you're in this like, ooh, this zone. And if you blow that and do this bang, and like all of a sudden, man, it just fractures that whole zone. But I use it for every time he does that ring now, and he usually does a whole 5-minute section in the middle. That's like the middle section. And every time, you saw me doing that even tonight.
Yeah.
I like gather up my goo and like whatever was around for the day, man. And just every time that little bell rings, man, it's just bang, and I send all that off. Now afterwards,
awesome.
I feel so clean. Like even just doing that really quickly, I'm like, whoo,
That's awesome.
nice, all pristine. So
And I imagine in person too, it's probably got such a much more powerful. I mean, that's why we put the headphones on, and I definitely got the
yeah, the
oscillation.
headphones are,
We
the
are going to be
frequency, but-
doing, if I can, Brian,
Yeah,
put a little
please.
plug. We've been invited to do the bowls and also ecstatic dance music in Palmetto Spring,
Awesome.
Palmetto Bay, Florida. It's kind of a private weekend of a meditation weekend. The weekend of January 20, 21, 22. And we're going to be doing guided meditation with the bowls from 6 to 7
Sweet.
on the Saturday night. I think that's the 21st. And then an hour of DJ'd ecstatic dance music that I channeled some years ago. And Nandi is doing fresh tracks. Oh my God, he's on fire. And we're gonna have electric violin and my keyboards and ecstatic dance.
That's wonderful.
Gonna be mind blowing. Yeah, if you're in the area, what I'll do is I'll send Brian the details on it, and you could send it to Julie here,
Cool.
or whoever is interested in coming. You're welcome. Everyone is welcome, and think in sound frequency. It's actually think energy frequency. We can't quote Tesla incorrectly, but that's also sound, energy, frequency, and vibration.
Nice.
Yes, exactly. And that goes for people. It goes for your pets. Why do we love our pets? Because they're on a frequency, a harmonic frequency, just like the bowls, like Brian was saying.
Unconditional love, yeah.
And what is love? I mean, these are topics we could go on infinitum, Brian, on the show. A topic of what is love, what is sound, what are the harmonics of daily life.
well,
No,
to be honest with you, we could take it apart in a million different ways like that, but in the end, it all comes down to all of that, just different forms of energy, which is why that's
Yep.
I focused my whole world on that for the last.
and that's why we could be talking about cards. We could be talking about crystals. We could be
Doesn't
talking
matter.
about your art, your phenomenal art.
Yep.
Like I connected once I saw his deck, which he didn't have out. He just said,
Yeah.
"You want to see something? I have this in my house." He brings me in his house. He throws open his laptop, and that was it. I was gate. I was gone. Paragate, way gone. Gate. So a frequency match. I mean, beyond Ananda, and it was it. I mean, I know a
Nice.
master when I see one, and
Nice.
that kind of work you don't come across. You don't come across that was all original, channeled, and just his visuals. So you have to give that respect and that honor to whoever is the conduit to that frequency. And
Absolutely.
I look at Brian not so much as a human being, but as a conduit to the divine
Wow.
in his idiom.
Wow.
No, really,
Absolutely.
No.
A million percent.
no, like
Okay.
you gotta, if you
Thank you.
I mean, if you're gifted enough and blessed enough to see it, then you can express it.
Right.
are-
But you guys are also expressions of the same thing. I feel like I don't even really know you, and I can feel it just like by what we just experienced.
Well,
You know what I mean?
exactly right.
Yeah.
And that's the reason, that meditation on Friday blows me away, because as divergent as every one of those personalities is, the frequency of that when it happens, and that was one of the first things I noticed in the meditation, man, it was like I would send my attention in there, and it was kind of in the middle of the circle, and it started just going around, and it to all the people that were there, and it created this kind of vortex of whoo, and took me places and changed my energy, and I'm connected to all of those.
This is what the world needs right now. This is this is what we are, the chosen.
We're the luckiest what we are.
That's right. Absolutely.
Chosen schmozen.
Tom and I were on your first show with Brian, and my first comment was, Brian is a perfect host. His energy is just perfect for what you guys are creating together.
Absolutely.
You complement each other in a most unique and special way, and
Thank
your
you.
love and heart exudes and just brings forth
Thank
the
you.
richness of what an enhancement of what Brian is about. So it's just that kind of connection is what we're talking about.
Absolutely.
How did you
Absolutely.
end up? I mean, we could have a show about how we all met. I mean, it's just,
Right.
it's
Right.
not a lot of what we love and experience is not obvious. It's not
Right.
like, oh, it just happened. When you go into deeper levels, you can see the deeper connections.
And when you
Absolutely.
start seeing energy, the whole
Yeah.
Oh, well, that
universe
Absolutely.
changes.
now you're going. Now.
The whole universe
Well,
changes.
it's funny that you say that. I didn't want to upset Brian, but I think I may have to steal you two for my other broadcast that I do,
You definitely should.
which is it's called the live stream of consciousness, and basically it's like you're talking about having these conversations about things that connect us all and are kind of just validations that we are all connected, and I ask people what is consciousness, and even though every answer is different, every answer connects. So I'm going to talk to you guys after. We'll talk after.
I want to just backtrack a minute. When I expressed, and that was spontaneous to Brian and to I said, you're a conduit. To me, you're not a person, but a conduit of the divine. And I could see him kind of getting choked, as they say Saturday Night Live, verklempt.
Right.
He was getting a little
I'm verklempt here, talk amongst yourselves.
Verklempt, because when we're confronted with the truth, it does choke us, and the tears come down. And what I want to say is a big part of what's missing about meditation in general. And I've been exposed to many different groups, many different forms of meditation. I've traveled and been participating in different meditations. What I can say now very simply in simple terms is that the whole point of meditation is to get to experience that we are conduits of the divine, that the divine is in us. We're connecting with the universal divinity, call it universal energy, universal light. That light is within us. And what I really recently heard is that the sound is like the bridge of our inner light. It's like the antenna that can connect our inner flame with the fire of the universe.
Makes so much sense.
Right, and that's really, meditation isn't about wearing a robe or wearing a mala or going to Woodstock and sitting in a Zen temple. I mean, those are all wonderful things, but the core of it now I understand. It's like we have a pilot light, like a gas stove, inside our center, and it's 4 inches below the navel. So very simple. If you just visualize a little pilot light 4 inches below your belly button, and you heat it up nicely and let it go up to your heart, that then connects up there where Tesla was talking about. And you are gate, para samgate, bodhi, svaha. You're gone. And that's who we are.
Beautiful.
All right,
Amazing. Yeah.
Thank you so much, you guys.
All right, guys. We'll
Really
catch you next
appreciate
week.
it. Yeah, we'll catch you next week.
We'll catch you next week, and we'll talk about having you on the live stream of
All right.
consciousness.
Okay. Much love
Awesome.
to everyone.
Thanks so
Billy,
much.
for all those wonderful comments. And thank you all for having us on tonight.
Take care, guys.
And
Much
Thank
love.
you for talking.
okay,
Big
thank
love.
you, Michael.
Wow, Brian, you are bringing the energy, man.
It's crazy, isn't it?
That's
Man,
awesome.
I could listen to those bowls for hours, dude.
Yeah. That's
And
awesome.
my friend Leah has a whole set of a whole octave of crystal balls. I've got like 3 really large size crystal balls. So, I'm kind of having this mindset that maybe we need to figure out how to like get a jam session going
Awesome.
on with this like I haven't tried to do that. I don't know what kind of latency issues we'd run into. That could be a problem.
Yeah, we really couldn't like jam real time, to be honest with you, because of the latency. But
maybe we could set up something like somebody played, somebody answered, somebody
absolutely.
played over there.
Yeah, that would work. That would work.
That could be
I don't know
really
what happened.
super
We
cool.
had another visitor in the green room, Courtney, who, when as I brought Pratiti and Prata out, she seemed to disappear. I don't know if she'll come back. Come back, Courtney.
Is
If
this Courtney from
if you're still out there.
the Crazy and Unusual?
No, this was it just the name came up, Courtney. I don't know if that was the actual person's name, but somebody that you had invited. I didn't give the link out to anybody. So
okay. That might have been B Divine's husband.
I don't think it was. I would have recognized B. It looked like somebody I did not know, and I was excited. I was like,
well,
already, okay.
Yeah, no, I sent it out to 4 people, but no one was named Courtney that I know of.
She was patiently waiting. Whoever it was patiently waiting, and then all of a sudden she's gone. So,
well, Courtney asked me to be on The Strange and Wonderful, so that's why I brought that up.
Oh, nice.
I thought that maybe that was her.
No, I don't think. No, she's not connected to this particular account, so she wouldn't have been able to come on without the link. I don't know. You know what? Who knows? It could have been her. But anyway, it's back to just you and me. Let me just do something. Let me take these off because I'm not used to listening. Let me see. Let me hear you. Can you talk?
Yeah.
Okay, I hear you. Good. Awesome. That was wonderful, man. That was some great guests for ringing out the old year and ringing in the new year.
Well, perfect way to ring it in the new and the setup for next week, man. I really can't wait. We're gonna, we'll actually do a little guided meditation on that. And
I love that, being able to bring this to our show. Live stuff like this. This is awesome. I love it.
So, there've been a few people out there that have kind of latched on to like the spinning thing. And somebody was saying, well, what else should I do with it, man? So, I sent you 2 video links. One was Spins the Star and one was Spins Triple.
Okay.
What's kind of cool about the Spin Star thing is that there is the star card underneath my little crystal that I'm spinning it on, and was kind of like doing a little thing on that. But we'll skip that one. Let's go to the triple.
Oh, the triple. Hold on. Let me bring that one in. All right. This is triple.
Okay, hang on before you play this.
All right, hold on.
This was something I used to do these all the time when I was practicing and pushing my own limits and practice and see what I could do. So I came up with the idea to do 3 rods at one time and to have 2 of them going one way, another one going in the opposite direction.
Oh, wow.
So the setup to this, I wasn't trying to do this for an audience. So there's really no narration over this. And the very first part of this is kind of like getting really connected and getting my control like juice up. So I'm kind of pushing it halfway, pulling it back. And then when I load up the little small one that's down there, you'll start to see. And can I like talk over?
Yeah, you can. I was going to say you can narrate while we're watching. So go ahead.
Okay,
cool. I'm just going to play. People can hear us still talking. Even if I pull us out, I'm going to solo it, but you can still talk.
Yeah. Okay, so just kind of getting it all nice and yummy. Just kind of pulling some strings, just kind of getting it attached from a distance. And just kind of filling it with intent so that when I back off from it, it will still be doing what I told it to do. So we're just kind of going back and forth, probably do this another 2 or 3 times. Just getting the pull, getting the push, getting it from the tips of my fingers, getting it from the palm of my hand, just kind of lighting up all those energy centers.
What it is. Okay.
Yeah, so it's getting pretty good. I think it's about time I do the lower one.
Nice.
Yeah, there we go. Okay. All right, so I got those. I got the lower one and the upper one going in opposite directions. Oh shit, I knocked it off. It's a little tight in there.
Yeah, it looks like you're building a time machine or something.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. There it is. Boom.
Look at that.
Yeah, baby.
Troika. 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 Troika.
Yeah, that was fun. Oh shit.
Oh, we had it for a minute. All right.
Knocked it over.
All right, so that was sort of the whole point of that. That was pretty cool. Yeah. Right.
Nice.
So
Really.
anyway, try that.
Yeah, super magical, man. I still haven't not gotten a lens that I need to get a lens. I haven't been able to procure the materials to do this myself.
Well,
So maybe Jill has them. Should I go over
you
to
have
Jill?
the charge up exercise, which is
Yeah. Oh yeah.
what you
That
need to
actually,
be-
I
which is
actually
what you need to be doing.
I
first.
did do that yesterday, and I definitely felt it. It was it was definitely an intentional exercise for me, and I did do it, and it was
So carve out 5 minutes every day to do
yeah, 5 minutes every day, just like
every single
workout.
fucking day.
Yeah,
Do not miss.
yeah.
It'll be worth
Jill
it.
says I
Trust
will.
me.
No, I didn't. I was wondering if you had a lens and a rod, because I know you were dabbling with some of the magic. I know Jill had done it with her chimes, right? She was doing the effects with her chimes. But I was thinking maybe she has a lens, but maybe she doesn't. Cool.
I told her not to give it to you, to be perfect.
Oh, make me
If you
gay.
can't, if you don't have the fucking gusto to go get it yourself, then don't even bother.
Oh, it's not about gusto, my friend, but
Well, it was a pain in the ass to find mine too, dude.
okay. All right. Have faith.
You know, and that's not just about being a pain in the ass. It sort of connects you in a really and it tells the powers that be that it means something to you.
Mhm.
It's worth your time, effort, and pain in the ass, and you're there to put up the entry fee. So
Okay, that's interesting, because part of it for me is financial, but that makes sense what you're saying. Even if I don't have the financial means.
there's a way around every single thing. All you need is a round thing, dude. You can do it on an old hubcap. It doesn't fucking matter.
Mhm.
It's not that it's a glass thing that's rounded and it's a lens. It doesn't matter. It's just a convex thing for it to sit on.
Right.
And it doesn't have to be a lens. It could be a bamboo skewer. And pick something you got around the house, dude.
Mhm.
It really, it's your juice. It's not the stuff ever.
Okay.
People think wagging around sage, oh yeah, okay, I've cleaned my house. Well, unless you took your juice and filled that shit up with the juice that says clean my house, then it's just a pretty smell.
Mhm.
And your house will smell better, and you'll probably think it's clean, and then the
Mhm.
same shit's still there. Anyway. Okay.
I'm hearing you. I'm hearing you.
I don't mean to put you on the spot. Though.
No, you're not putting me on the spot. I feel bad because I can sense you feel like you're talking into the wind. You're not, though.
Well, I just it'd be better just to not say anything to give me excuses on why you haven't, because I'm going to blow every fucking excuse
That's why I'm.
out
That's why
of the water.
That's why
So,
I'm just absorbing it right now.
Just let it go. Do you ever watch John Wick? You ever seen the movie John Wick?
I haven't. No.
Okay. Well, never mind.
That's Keanu
Well, there's this
Reeves.
one part,
Keanu
and there's this one part where John Wick is in this like intense hotel that all the hitmen stay in, and the manager of the hotel is this like guy named Winston, and he goes up to Winston, and Winston is like, you know, this sophisticate, like in charge of everything, right? So John's asking him for something, and Winston doesn't want to give it to him, so he says, "Go to the bar, have a drink, and relax." So that's what we'll do.
I hear you. I hear you.
So there are a couple of cool little videos from that, you know, from along the road as we do our little review that we didn't get to see. One's the Empress, and one is the Hermit. So pick one.
Okay, let's go with the Empress. That's, I believe, one of the earlier cards. So
All my yoga friends will love this.
all right, so I'm gonna pop it on, and here we go. Boom.
Let's trip the night electric. Let's dance up in the stars. There's space to mess up everything from places near and far. Let's feel the wind beneath our wings. Let's laugh away the dead. Wrap your arms around me. Make me feel alright. Wrap your arms around me. Everything is nice and bright. Wrap your arms around me. Make me feel alright. Wrap your arms around me. Everything is nice and bright. Let's trip the night electric. Let's trip the night electric.
Yeah. Wow. So what was that? That was like at a yoga festival or something.
That
right?
was a
Like
yoga festival. A good friend of mine. Yeah.
Wow. That's awesome, man. Brian, Your creative genius never ceases to amuse me.
So we're all shuffled up, ready to pull one. What do you say we do a little reading for
Let's
next
do
week?
it. Let's
All
do it. I also love that other video. That one's 4 minutes, but if you
Well, we could do that.
well,
I mean, it's pretty funny. I mean, we'll do a card reading next week.
yeah, okay. Let's do the card reading.
No, we'll do the card reading next week. Let's
we'll
play
do
the
it next
video.
week.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this is the Hermit. That's a good way to go out.
Oh, the Hermit. Okay, I was gonna do the. Let me do the Hermit. I was gonna do the overall series of everything, but we can do the Hermit here. Here we go.
This fool's journey has been one crazy ride for me.
It has. Me too. Here we go. Here's the Hermit.
Motherfucker knows his shit. Motherfucker knows his shit. Motherfucker knows his shit. Motherfucker knows his shit.
Hat in a hat.
Nobody sees.
Wow. Whew.
What a
Oh my
crazy,
God.
what a
Whew.
crazy world.
I feel the energy, man. So let me ask you a question a little bit. I don't want to take any of the magic away from that, but like it seems like a lot of energy and effort went into that. How long would it take you to produce something like that?
Are you talking about creating the song and the video, or just the videos?
I guess you could address each piece separately. I'm talking about more of, I mean, I saw some like traditional kind of stop motion almost techniques there, but also untraditional techniques. So normally stop motion, you keep the camera on a tripod, but you certainly don't.
No. But that kind of makes it feel more alive and
Yeah.
kind of
Oh, absolutely.
like it's
Absolutely.
not stop motion, because
Yeah.
there's not a single frame of video in that.
Amazing.
You
Amazing.
know, so I just did so many of them, and that was a technique I developed and sold commercially a little bit. So by the time we got to doing all these videos, that's just the way I did videos. So
Yeah.
I had the kind of workflow down. So probably like that. That's probably 2 days of shooting,
And you
but
shot
not
it with you shot it with a camera? Was this like
with
a
my
film
35
camera?
millimeter. No, 35 millimeter camera, just
But
my
was it digital or film?
SLR, digital.
Oh, it was
Oh, you
digital.
couldn't possibly do that. I mean, there were probably those photo sessions had like 7,000-8,000 frames in them.
Right. Right.
You know, so those all just stuck together, and I had the exact frame rate that they should be, so they all work together. And,
Right. Right. Right.
you know, it's a pretty cool little
It's
technique.
great technique. Amazing. Really, really.
And
beautiful.
really, I got it down fast enough. It's not a whole lot more labor intensive than actually by the time you get into cutting video too. You know, it's not really any different, to be honest with you.
Wow. Yeah, great. No, I love that. I love artists who kind of do it. You know what I mean? They don't like, it's not like, oh well, it's got to be done this way or this way. They just do whatever feels right, you know.
Well,
and
if you wait for it's got to be done this way, then it never fucking gets done. You know,
There you
and you
go.
sit there going, "Oh man, when it gets good." You know, there's a video on my Wizard of Oz YouTube thing that's like a good time. It's called A Good Time.
Mhm.
And this friend of mine had called me up, and he's like, I've like tried to give this guy like the intro into magic for probably 20 something years.
Mm.
And he calls me up and he gets all ripped up and he wants to do it. And I go through the whole process to get him started. And then weeks go by, never mentions it, never does anything with it. And then, you know, a year will go by and he'll go, oh man, I really want to practice. So after the last time I showed him like what to do, you know, a month went by and I said, you know, well, how's that practice going? What are you doing? He's going, well, I'm waiting for a good time. I said, a good time?
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm waiting for a perfect time, man, which is like, there's not a lot of distractions and like all this, like when is there ever a good time?
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
You know, and that was just his way of, you know, circumventing it. So,
Right.
you know,
Right. I hear you. I'm hearing that loud and clear, my friend.
that wasn't directed at you.
No, no, I know, but I'm still hearing it loud and clear what you're saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Julie is loving that voice in your music. It is so unique. The music is like there's such a an authenticity to it. You know what I mean? Because like really, like you're not trying to do something that anybody else has ever done. You know, you were trying to do something that you wanted to do, and you did.
And I have to say, Brannon, my bud Brannon,
Yeah,
he was
yeah.
on with that, man. Once, you know, see, I'm like once I get the fire lit, man, he digs it because he would slack off on making them all happen, you know, and like,
Right.
but together we kind of like lit each other up, and like, you know, once the creativity started happening, you know, he gets all jizzed on it, and dude, we
Mhm.
wrote it a whole like. That was like 25. We did a thing a week, man. We were doing a song a week every
That's awesome.
Saturday. He would blow in. I'd spend the week writing stuff. He'd blow in on Saturday after I had kind of a rough schmutz laid out, and he would do his producer thing on it and cut it all up, and we'd sit there all day and come out at the end with a finished song.
It's awesome.
Yeah, exhausting
Yeah.
too, man.
Yeah, but you have a wonderful collection of work that's, I think, not only just artistic, but it's got a you know, an energetic level to it that's, you know, gives it much more dimension than most other stuff, which I think is why it so
Yeah.
resonates with me. You know, it's very powerful just beyond the visual aspect, beyond the musical aspect. There's so many layers there, and there's so much, I think, intention behind it, like you and Brannon, and you know, the intention is there. So for me, I get all of that stuff. It's right there, you know. So
Right.
it's awesome.
Well, another
Oh,
one
boy.
bites the dust, right, my brother?
Oh wow, yeah, it's already 10 o'clock. That listen, you know, this has been an amazing journey. And I'm so grateful to be on it with you. The guests you brought to the table tonight, those guys were awesome. I can't wait till next week. What is that? The card you just pulled?
Yeah, the fool. Yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed those guys, man. I've been talking to a bunch of people around here about that. It's like, because I never miss, man. It's Friday morning, 11 o'clock. I'm there.
Right. Well, it's interesting for me because I feel like that is really what drew me to kind of the whole live stream of consciousness and those conversations. When you talk to somebody like Pratiti, you know, it may come off and you may feel like, oh, this is kind of, she's preaching in a way of this philosophy and this and that, but it doesn't come off that way. There's so much resonance to the words that she's saying that I feel like she's speaking my thoughts and like, you know.
Well, that's
like,
because she's speaking road tested information.
yeah.
You know, that's just not like concepts that she's repeating, you know.
Right.
Just her frequency is the way it is because she's lived that.
Yeah, absolutely. No, and that's what I was saying about the energy of the sound, you know, that ancient energy. Like you're just tapped into something that you know is tried and true, and like there's such a authenticity to it. There's such a, you know, just this timelessness. I guess that's really the word I'm looking for. So yeah, I'm looking forward to next week's meditation and the moon. And I actually I've been working a little bit on an animation with a recent image that I did with Janice that is all about the moon. So maybe I'll make sure I get that finished for next week so I can present it as well.
Okay.
Awesome.
All right. Well, listen, thanks to everybody for showing up. Happy New Year. You know, it's a kind of a cool, relaxed way to start the year. Hopefully this year will be a little more cool and relaxed than the last one, man, because the last one kicked my ass really hard, you know.
Yeah.
And I think about where I was at this time last year. It's like worlds away. So, you know, the journey's been really good. And
yeah, you know, I think what you just said, I'm just listening and responding, Brian, and I absolutely feel like you and I both are coming into the year as different people. You know what I mean? You know, so it's almost like I've been thinking a lot like, oh my God, what's going to be different? What's going to be different? And you just answered it. Like we're coming into the year different. So
yeah,
it's going to be different. There's
I don't know, but if you feel this way or not, and this certainly wasn't my intention when we started doing this, but this has changed me in some really significant ways.
Awesome.
And
yeah, I see it. I absolutely see it.
Really unexpected and super cool, man. I mean, you know, what a
and I appreciate it. Absolutely.
What a gift.
Well, I love doing this with you, Brian, and looking forward to next week. And let's talk during the week. And for everybody else out there, we love you, and thanks for sticking with us.
Yeah,
we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Journey. Adios.
All right.